눈을 감으면 함께 했던 시간들이 떠오를 것 같아.
Wow, so like in the BTS songs, Jin is really the one that they lean on for those full voice high notes. His falsetto goes quite high and is very released.
Run, run, lost boy, they say to me. 한없이 투명한 그 눈빛도
So I really love his soft approach to this song. You know, it's got that acoustic feel to it. It's not one of their highly produced songs. I mean, Jin's highly produced song. It's very stripped back and just him and a guitar. And I think that that's one of the signs of a true vocalist. Somebody that can really just sing him and a guitar and doesn't need all these production elements to make it sound good. If you want to see an uncut version of this video, check out the link in the description. I'm just laughing at the subtitles that this person put in, whoever made this video. Just put subtitles that are just commenting about how much he loves Jin, or he loves Jin, and it's just funny to to kind of see all of the love that he's getting from this. You know, you would think that it was the lyrics, but it's actually not the lyrics. If you're new to singing and would really like to learn more about the voice and how to use your voice properly, please check out the link down below. I've got a course called Transform Your Voice that is the beginner's guide to learning how to sing. I love that really light place he finds. That really light spot in his voice sounds amazing. And another thing that I'm noticing is that he uses a lot of breaths. Like, he uses it almost as a style tool. Like, breathing like that so you hear the breath. Generally, it's not the most proper way to be breathing because it can cause throat tension. But when you're in the context of a studio, you can just redo it over and over. But it's not a good habit to be in. But he uses it as a nice style element in this song. Wow, so like in the BTS songs, Jin is really the one that they lean on for those full voice high notes. His falsetto goes quite high and is very released. So if you listen here, he's got a very good approach to his falsetto without any like strain to hit those notes, because those are really super high notes. Okay, so now I like how they're throwing in some elements of EDM, you know, building on that very small bare bones of the structure of the song at first. It's really nice to see that type of song development. So there on the back end where he's holding it, that's a very heady mix. But he's in a mix there. He's going full voice on that. What note is that? That's like really high. Yeah, so that's a C sharp in a heady mix. But actually, no, he started higher. I think that was a D then? D sharp. Wow. Goes from the D sharp to the C sharp. Wow. What a beautifully held out. Well, I really like this choice that they made of totally stripping it back, and almost like it sounded like a tape player was starting and they threw in his vocal totally dry, but it sounds like it was like probably done through a phone or something, or perhaps it was edited that way to make it sound like it was raw, but there's no reverb, nothing. It just sounds like his vocal very dry, and it just gives you an idea of where his voice is without any sort of processing on it. What a beautiful voice. Amazing. All right, so now we're gonna get a chance to take a look at the behind the scenes of him recording this song.
행복했던 추억들만 생각날 것 같아.
And you can see those notes are really high. Those really high falsetto notes are quite high. I'm just looking at the microphone he's using. I think I know which mic that is. But that's very cool that like you would think that he would have the most professional studio in the world and he would be recording it there. But he's literally just in a random room just recording with a mic, pop filter, headphones on, and they're just recording it. Like that's crazy to think of that. Like you would think that it would be so much more professionally done. But nowadays, like with the quality we can get from recordings, it's almost like you have no excuse. Like you could do it in any room and get a really good quality recording.
함께했던 시간들이 떠오를 것 같아.
Wow, that's so difficult to hit those notes with so much airflow. It's like really bombarding your vocal cords with air. But, you know, he's able to do it. It's incredible. It's something I really don't sing in that type of quality ever. Like none of the songs that I really sing require that. It's so interesting. It's also interesting to see how they're angling the microphone in relation to him. So the pop filter that they have, that's so that it like kind of blocks out any B's or P's that might come through into the recording. So it avoids any of those types of pops in the recording, which would sound really annoying. But they have it really close to the microphone. So it's like right here. So you can get up really, really close. And with microphones, there's something called a proximity effect. So the closer you are to it, the more bass builds up in the sound. Whereas the further back, you get more of the high frequency involved.
내 눈을 감으면 또 행복했던 추억들만
This must feel like very, very vulnerable. Like you're really allowing everybody in to see everything behind the scenes, and there's no magic here. It's all just straight, like very clear, you know, this is the recording that we're getting. And that's nerve-wracking for a lot of people. It doesn't feel great to just lay yourself bare, and any mistakes that you make could potentially end up in the recording. You know, it's nerve-wracking. That's definitely nerve-wracking.
괜찮은 것 같은데 열어서 들어볼게. 네.
And he's also wearing Shure SRH, what are those? SRH 940s. Wow. I've never actually seen that version. I went and I checked out a bunch of different headphones. I stuck with the M40s, the Audio Technicas, but the Shure, they make some amazing headphones. I'm sure these are like $1,000 for the headphones.
같아.
괜찮은 것 같은데 열어서 들어볼게. 네.
It's also a very interesting choice to have him seated while he's performing this. I can kind of hear it because it's not one that requires a lot of belting. Most of his stuff is in his falsetto or his chest voice, and he doesn't need to really engage to his lower abs to be able to project and support the sound. But support is a huge thing when you're singing. Sitting kind of robs you of about half your support that you would normally have.
나 홀로 남을까 봐 두려워.
When you're using that much air, you really do need to support quite a bit. I mean, if it were me, I would be getting him to stand up. And if I was the performer, I would want to stand just because I feel like I can give it more of my all when I'm standing. There's more energy involved.
지금 약간 고흐름상
해보고 빼는 건 어떨까요?
I wish this was in English so I could hear what they're saying.
눈을 감으면
So that was that high note that we heard in the background that we talked about, that D sharp to the C sharp. So it was a little more airy there. I don't think that was the end result that he has on the recording, if I'm not mistaken.
이게
이제 맞는데 박이? 뿅 이거
이게 맞습니다.
맞아.
천재였어요.
I think he's trying to figure out the timing of how the line should fit in the recording.
다시 볼 순 없을까.
괜찮은 것 같아.
And it's amazing how you could just you could do just quick punch-ins, like, let's redo that line, let's redo that line, and boom, they've got a recording within no time at all. I think that's one of the ways that they just bang these out. I would love to be able to see what BTS doing an entire song would look like. I'm sure they would do it more in a professional setting, more of a full studio with everybody, all the members there, getting that vibe that you only get with a group all together. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please check out this one. You're gonna like it too.